Oh, she's the
Welcome to Sports Unfolded Patriots post-game show. I am your host, Eric. My middleman there, Kenny. My main man over there, Ron, to the far right. How are you guys?
Good.
Doing quite well.
So we are going to discuss the New England Patriots as they move to 3-3 with a victory over the Cleveland Browns, 38-15. Your initial thoughts on how the Patriots played and what you got out of the game?
Look, they're playing well, especially with a third-string quarterback. I mean, you know, the defense knows that they've had to step up, and they have. It's simple as that.
Yeah, the defense was outstanding today. Outstanding.
We saw a lot of good things from the defense. Definitely, to your point, Kenny, I like the stunting. The stunts that they threw, we saw a lot of that today. They definitely seemed to disorient the Cleveland Browns offensive line. We have to look at a couple of things here. I know there's been a lot of questions about Bailey Zappi, Mac Jones. And before we get into all the numbers and everything else, your opinions on should Mac Jones return as the starter once he's healthy?
Well, I mean, you had to know there was going to be some talk. I mean, there was talk in Dallas and still has been talk. So it's not really surprising that there is. But no, I think Mac Jones should return. This isn't a Tom Brady thing.
Hey, you know what? If it's not broken, don't fix it. It's good and
I tend to believe that as well, but I don't think it would be any different.
So Kenny hit it. Look, Tom Brady came in, and you think about when he replaced Bledsoe, we all thought that was the season.
Yeah.
And what Brady did was win. And I started to think about it this way. I don't know if Mac Jones is the right quarterback for this team now. I'm not saying Bailey Zappi's a better quarterback, but Bailey Zappi may be the best quarterback for this team right now.
I would say that you're insane.
Based on
the fact that it's not like he's lit it up, you know, for a long period of time. It's not like he's gone 6 games and hasn't lost. This is only his second game. So let's pump the brakes.
And I understand that, but I would also say this. He's doing the things that helps the team not lose games.
Right. And did we not see that from Mac Jones last year?
Mac Jones didn't beat a winning team last season at all. Again, what Bailey Zappi's doing is beating up on the bad teams as well. So we could say it's the same thing. But again,
right. So you're talking, he hasn't faced the competition. So like I said, you got to pump the brakes. You gotta, if Mac Jones is healthy next week, he goes back in. That's what it is. And if they lose next week, then you discuss Zappi.
All right.
I don't think you can replace him now. You can't.
Okay. Let's talk some numbers. Time of possession, New England led 35-25. So definitely control the clock. 399 total yards to 339. 301 yards in the air. 98 yards rushing, which surprised me. You thought that's the route they would have went this week. Yeah. And somehow ended up changing it as usual with New England. You never know what to expect offensively.
Right.
12 penalties for 92 yards. Definitely still a concern. And I started to look at it this way. Bill Belichick has spent a lot of time trying to coach the offense. And I feel like it's starting to hurt this team with some of the mental preparation that used to go into the game planning each week. Because that was some of the things that he did. Each week, they went over these kind of things. And the other team was always the one that you would always have to say, look at those stupid penalties. And now it's New England taking themselves out of first down situations by getting a false start. Just some of these little things that are controllable that I feel like him having to be able on the offensive side is very good on third downs today, though. 7 for 14, so 50%. Cleveland, on the other hand, 4 for 15, so the defense definitely shut them down when they needed to. 3 of 5 on fourth down. So, again, these teams continue to go on fourth down, and New England seems to be able to slow them down. Offensive line allowed 2 sacks, but we also had 3 sacks, caused 4 turnovers. So I would say overall, if you think about the whole game plan, got a little nervous there in the third quarter, but then they continued to take control and did what they needed to do. Would you have liked to see anything better from either side of the ball?
What was that?
Would you have liked to see anything better from either side of the ball?
Well, I mean, look, it's pretty tough to argue with 35 points when you can put that up on the board. You know what I mean? So it's tough to get on the offense, even though it's all about those penalties when you think about it. Like, that's the only thing that we can really complain about. You know, because Cleveland's a pretty good defense, and you just put 35 up on them.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of the offensive numbers. Bailey Zappi, 24 for 34, 70.6% completion percentage, 309 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Your overall grade of Zappi in this game?
You have to give him an A. You have to.
I'm gonna give him an A+.
Kenny's always a high grader, though. Kenny
did very well. No interceptions. You know, seemed to field well.
Yeah, look, I had him in that A grade. I would agree with Ron. I think an A, not an A+, but again, an A, very close to an A+. I think he had a couple of errors early. He didn't look so crisp early on. There was definitely some issues with the completions. He looked like he was rushing. They settled him down, but definitely an A performance by him.
Yeah.
Rushing the ball, Ramondre Stevenson, 19 carries, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cleveland's defense played him pretty well, but he was able to get what he needed to get. I was surprised with that. Tyquan Thornton, three carries, 16 yards, and a touchdown. So we saw a little bit of the rookie, that little reverse jet sweep. I loved it. I thought that was about time they started to incorporate some of that. Devontae Parker, 4 receptions, 64 yards, looked pretty good. Hunter Henry, Kenny, I know how excited you were about that. 4 receptions, 61 yards, and a touchdown. Anybody remember Jonnu Smith when we signed him? We finally got to see a little bit of what we expected. 2 receptions, 61 yards. But he did have that 53-yard where he broke the tackles and was able to roll down the field for 53 yards. That's the kind of tight end production we needed. And then Tyquan Thornton chipped in 4 receptions, 37 yards, and a touchdown. Your impressions of this rookie? It's only his second game now in the NFL.
You know what? That's what Bill's supposed to do. He's supposed to coach up these rookies to make them superstars. Okay, AKA he's supposed to bring people off the street and be like, "Hey, you want to play football? I'll teach you. I'll make you a superstar." That's what he's supposed to do. And about time we've seen it.
Yeah, this just leads me to believe that Harris won't be on the team next year.
I also, but
because you got Stevenson and then you got this kid, so you know Harris is gone. I mean, we all know it.
Oh my God.
It's pretty much a lock that they're not going to re-sign him. Defensively,
it is. It's a running back.
Yeah. Defensively, Kyle Duggar, 6 tackles and an interception, led that very early on, that right off the bat. Dietrich Wise, 3 tackles, a sack, and a forced fumble. Jalen Hill, 3 tackles and an interception. Very good production from the defensive stars on this team. And then the rookies. You think about, Marcus Jones and Jack Jones, their coverage. Kenny, you hit it, right? These rookies now, you're starting to see what he's able to do. We criticized his drafts, but you're starting to see some of these kids that are really legitimately players.
Yeah, and as long as he stays away from drafting receivers, he's pretty good.
Today. I'll take Thornton today. If we could get that production from Thornton each week.
Me too.
Nick Falk, unfortunately, had his streak end at 64. He missed, I think it was a 30-plus yarder.
Yeah, I think he did it on purpose just because he didn't want the miss to come at a crucial time. So, like I told a bunch of people here, watching the game, I was like, he did it on purpose so that way the streak doesn't end on a time where they need it.
Okay. All right. I like it. I like your thought process. I'm sure that's exactly what he was thinking. Let me miss this
Yeah.
now. Get it out of the way. Your boy Jake Bailey, 4 punts, 41 yards. Looked pretty good. Even on the kickoffs, it seemed like he was able to control that. Marcus Jones is slowly becoming a guy I like on the returns. 19.5 on kickoffs and 11.7 on punt returns. But he seems confident, not shaky back there. I think they got themselves a punt returner and a kick returner. Marcus Jones. Keep that in mind.
Okay. It's in my mind.
It's in your mind. Want to congratulate Bill Belichick moving into second place, a tie with George Halas, 324 combined wins, playoffs, and regular season. Now he's just chasing the great Don Shula. Your impressions of his coaching, what he's meant to New England, and what he's meant to NFL football?
Well, how many championships does he have?
Something like 6, plus the 2 with the Giants, so 8 total.
Does any coach have more?
No.
Okay, that's all we need to know.
Well, Phil Jackson, but we're talking NFL, so
That's a different sport.
I'm just getting ready for Tuesday night NBA preview show. I figured we'd throw some NBA in. But Kenny, your impression since Bill Belichick's been in New England?
Amazing, just amazing.
Takes the franchise.
Yeah.
What did we give up? A second round pick for him? First round?
First round.
First ballot Hall of Famer, of course. No doubt.
Yeah,
about
without a doubt. Just think about the coaching job this season. When we started early in the year, I mean, I was hesitant to say they'd win 5 games. They're 3-3. They're 500. They've got a game next week. Go ahead.
Just think, Eric. When he ends his career, when he announces his retirement, he won't say, "Oh, I'm retiring." It'll be onto the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they're on to the Hall of Fame. When you think about the coaches he's passed, and then just to think about the fact that Don Shula, I think he's about 24 away from passing Don Shula. So you're looking at about a season and a half to 2 years. So if he sticks around for the next 3 years, he breaks that record.
Right.
Or it would be expected of it. So next week, Monday night, we face the Chicago Bears, bring back old friend N'Keal Harry. Your expectations of what New England needs to do to win that game?
Show up.
Get off the plane.
Get off the plane. Go to the field. There we go.
And not let Justin Fields beat you. Very good, Ron. See?
Look, I mean, come on. I don't even know why they're putting Chicago on a Monday night, to be honest with you.
So the NFL has a rule that every team gets at least one one night game, primetime game. So that's why. But I would say this: I'm a little nervous. N'Keal Harry said he circled this game on his calendar.
Yeah,
I'm nervous.
Why would you be nervous?
N'Keal Harry circled this on his calendar, Ron. Do you know what that means? He's motivated to get 2 catches.
Yeah, that's awesome.
High. Over under N'Keal Harry, 2 catches.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll say he's going to get 3, so I'll say over.
We're going over.
And one of those is going to be a fumble afterward.
I think he pulls a hammy after the first play and he's done.
Wow.
Hey, he can block.
Are we nervous about Justin Fields, though, that element with the quarterback able to move?
No.
So no worries.
I'm not nervous at all about Chicago.
Okay. So once again, we are Sports Unfolded Patriots postgame show talking about the victory over the Cleveland Browns 38-15. As we normally do to end our show, we have our 3 stars of the game. So, Ron, if you want to give us your number 3 star of the game.
My number 3 star is going to go to Hunter Henry.
I like it.
I think it was the best performance by a tight end on this team this year. And hopefully that's more to come.
Well, there hasn't been much production from the tight end, so
right. That's why I'm saying it's big for the Patriots.
Yes. Kenny.
Mine was Thornton.
Me and you was thinking alike lately. This is 2 weeks in a row. I had Thornton at 3. I like the kid.
Man, he liked me too. He did an amazing job today.
Yeah, I like the jet sweep. I like adding that to the element. I thought even on the touchdown catch, he's got some hands. He's definitely a better receiver than what we've seen from a rookie in a while in New England. So Really good. Number 2, Kenny, what do you have?
I got Myers. Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers. Okay.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers.
A lot of guys did a lot of work this week, so you could go any which way. Ron?
What was Guy's finals and stats?
Lawrence Guy?
Yes.
He didn't play.
Right. That's what made the difference. Because another guy was out, so that whole defense came in and played their butts off. And that's why I went with the whole New England defense.
That's very good. Very good. I like it. I like it a lot. I went Bailey Zappi. I thought the kid showed a lot of courage. I thought he was able to control that offense. You threw for 300 yards, no interceptions, and I would still question the fumble. I thought that was clearly his arm going forward, and it was an incomplete pass. So I don't even give him the turnover. And my number 1 star, defensive side of the ball, I agree with you, Ron, was outstanding. I went Kyle Duggar. I thought the impact he made on the interception, but he was in every single play, tackling. He made that one error on the tight end, Njoku. But after that, yeah, he was fired up. He made sure he didn't get anybody behind him. I thought Kyle Duggar, number 1 star.
All set, right?
Yeah.
Number 1?
My number 1 went to, even though I said, Mac Jones will be in there, but I went with Zappi at number 1. He, look, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He did exceptional. Yes, it's a team that is basically incomplete that they're playing against, but I mean, he is a third stringer and he's proving that he belongs in the Patriots. And he did exceptional all game long. So I went with Zappi.
Zap, the old Zap. What do you got, Kenny? Number 1?
The second week, this defense, okay, all right, actually this defense just keeps getting better and better and better and better. So I'm giving it to the defense. A lot of picks today. A lot of picks.
Yeah, the picks, the sacks, the pressures.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't decide which player on defense to go with, and I just went with the whole defense.
Jacoby Brissett, when you looked at what he was facing, there was somebody in his face the entire game. And I thought we could easily say, if not just the total defense, the defensive coaching strategy in this game, I thought they did a phenomenal job of what they did. They mixed it up. They played man. They played zone. They blitzed. They didn't blitz, right? They were doing so many different things. So you guys are right. I mean, it's so hard to decide who on defense was the key player, but no, I thought it was a great game, great victory overall. Patriots moved to 3-3. A lot of weird games this week, though. A lot of teams lost. Almost like we're rooting for Kansas City in tonight's game, because that would put New England a game back of Buffalo. The Jets won today. Miami lost.
I hate to tell you this, it would put us a game behind the Jets because the Jets would be the number 2 seed.
I get it, but the Jets already won, right? If Buffalo, they'll both be 4-2.
Yeah, but New York would be in first place.
I'm okay with that. Do you feel better about New York in first place and us having a chance of Buffalo?
I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, what's better, what's worse,
Yeah, a lot of strange games. New York Giants came back, legitimate 5-1. Can we say that finally?
Who'd they beat today?
The Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
It's a big win.
Big win. Tampa Bay losing to Pittsburgh. What happened this week?
That was big.
That's crazy.
What happened this week? And Pickett went out with a concussion.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So it's just a weird week. A lot going on. New England at 3-3, though. As much
I'll
as
tell you, the NFC is in shambles. It's in shambles.
I know you're not worried about next week, but what I will say is this: a very big game for the New England Patriots. With a win, 4-3, they face the Jets the week after.
Right.
You want to win next week. You don't want to have that stumble and let something go. So, again, very important game next week. I know most people will say it's only the Bears. New England needs to come out, dominate that game, get the victory, because it's going to be an AFC East showdown with the New York Jets. I can't believe I'm saying that the following week, which will be some positioning involved in that. So very big game next week. Guys, I always want to thank you for joining for the Patriots post-game show every Sunday, Monday, depending on the game. If you enjoy what you're watching, check out Sports Unfolded every Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Rhode Island Broadcasting. You can watch it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. this Tuesday, NBA preview show. We will break down all 30 teams, and Kenny will give us the worst pick of who's going to win the – no, last year you almost got it right. Ron almost got it right. Our baseball picks weren't that good this year. That's all. But we will let you know who's going to win, and we're going to tell you who the MVP of the league will be.
Mhm.
And it may be a Boston Celtic. It possibly
No, it
could be.
won't.
It could possibly be.
No, it won't.
Fans out there that are watching, thank you for joining us. Everyone that's going to watch afterwards, come support us. Follow Sports Unfolded on social media. Continue to share, follow us. We are having so much fun doing these, and we're going to continue to grow. So thank you. Kenny, thanks for your time. Ron, enjoy your where you at, your location. You want to give a plug real quick?
Havenshine Gaming in Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
Every Sunday night, right?
Every Sunday.
Every
Nice.
Sunday. So if you enjoy gaming, check it out. A lot of good stuff going on in Pawtucket, Rhode Island with Havenshine Gaming. All we ask for in this world every week, my friends, peace. Let's get some peace in this world.